Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So, we got some pretty big battles lined up this month. At least one. I think some of these are quite sizable too, but at least this one is. That's a lot of ships. That's a lot of ships. And this battlecruiser, while it doesn't have that many guns, only 6 15.1 inch guns, it is very fast. So that's gonna be the primary target, I think. It's quite cheap though for what it is. A 39 knot battlecruiser for only $500 million. That's yeah, you could get 5 of these, almost 5 of these, for a price of one Montana class, like the USS America. And of course, there's a lot of cruisers. Some of them we've seen before. They're not super impressive. Some of them are not yet encountered, like this one, which has a lot of guns. But just looking at the stats, they're not super impressive, any of them. And some of these light cruisers are just incredibly slow for something, well, not designed in 1940, but at least refit in 1940 and 1942. This one's even slower. The torpedo boats also not that fast. Not even the DDs especially fast. So only only the battlecruiser is going to be hard to hit due to its speed, but hopefully it's going to be slowed down by the rest of the task force. So might pull this off, outnumbered as we are. So let's see what we can do. I've got 9 ships in total. They've got, okay, I gotta count here. 25, 30, 31, I think. No, that should be right. It should be about right. 11 heavy cruisers. That's quite the force. This battlecruiser does not look good. Just looking at the silhouette, it's got something funky going on there. Okay, my cruisers are already opening up. And I wish the San Francisco would just join in at the back of the formation. And then these can just follow the USS America. So I want to slow down to cruising speed, because there are a lot of targets and not infinite ammo. The enemy all starts within shooting range. Let's see, torpedo range 25 kilometers. Let's select torpedo targets. That one. That one, probably. This one. And that one. Torpedoes free. There goes the torpedo swarm. And I'm retreating my my DDs. Already sinking some ships here. I'm gonna just let my heavy cruisers fire at will. Let's take a look at that battlecruiser. It's a pretty big ship. But it's taking fire from some pretty big shells. Here they come. 17.5s. You know, that's not gonna survive a lot more salvos like that. And my torpedoes are actually hitting things. Gotten 5 torpedo heads out of that volley. Enemy ships are exploding and sinking. So far, this is turning out to be quite the victory. It's not the battlecruiser sinking, it is still afloat. But for how much longer? Let's see. Let's target some individual ships with my my heavy cruisers. Let's spread out the love. Oh, Mr. Battleship, you're firing HE. Why? Your AP was doing so much damage. Well, now it's all ricocheting, so maybe there was a reason. Let's see, when that battlecruiser sinks, I'm just gonna turn my battleship loose on some smaller ships. Which should be now. There we go. Now, auto. Delete some boats. USS America. I believe in you. Okay, DD's almost rearmed. Not sure if they need to come back to do another volley of torpedoes, but it probably wouldn't hurt. See there. Now let's take a look at some of these ships. That's the class we've seen before. Maybe? 7.1 inch guns. 9 of them. Same class. Europa 9-inch guns. 15 9-inch guns. Now that's some pretty serious firepower, and the ship actually looks pretty good. It doesn't have any armor though. It's got a 4-inch main belt and a 0.1-inch main deck, and that's about it. I think battleship HE would just tear this apart. Another one, same class. Where was the one with the 8-inch guns? Did we sink it already? Possibly. There was one with like 16 8-inch guns or something silly like that. These are the very slow light cruisers. They do have some armor, but mostly they're kind of just silly. This one is a little bit better just by being faster, but it has also very little armor. So I think 32 knots and very little armor, better than 23 knots and a little bit more armor, but still not a lot of armor, if you get what I'm saying. It's not worth the trade if the armor is still not gonna stop anything. Yeah, now I can just watch the enemy ships explode. The battlecruiser, there we go, identified. Mark IV 15s. Yeah, not much armor. That's probably why my battleship was firing HE, because it has a 0.9-inch main deck. And at a range of, I think it was like 30 kilometers, yeah, it can actually pen that with HE. What else do you have? Coincidence 3, radar 1. I know the Russians have better stuff than that. So AP shells, cap 2, HE base fuse, heavy shells. I mean, yeah, strange. At this angle, it actually kind of makes sense that the A turret is super firing the B turret. Do you want to be the thumbnail? I guess it can be the thumbnail. Yeah, let's just, as I said, watch the fireworks. So far, pretty happy with the performance of the 17.5s. I think, yeah, the heavy cruisers have done more damage in pure numbers, because they've been farming very poorly armored light cruisers, while my battleship was firing at the... There's the one with the 8-inch guns. Alright. What kind of monstrosity are you? That's a lot of turrets. Yeah, 18 8-inch guns. That's what she had. Only Mark IV? They don't have Mark V 8-inch guns? Stereoscopic 2, radar Gen 1. A little bit of armor. Battleship, your target. These light cruisers, yeah, they're not really within torpedo range. If they do have torpedoes, they do, but they're just not in range. Yeah, there's a whole squadron of heavy cruisers coming in from the fog here. I thought we were missing some ships. Maryland and Boston. Target the Neptune. Let's kill these ones first. And then just go to work on the new heavy cruiser line approaching. Are you firing HE again, battleship? Go with AP. This one has just enough armor that HE is not going to do much. Torpedo range did you have? 12.7 kilometers. Yeah, you're just not gonna get in range to make use of that. Now back to auto. So much destruction. Russian quantity meets American quality. USS America is up to 130,000 damage now. It's starting to stack up now that she's farming cruisers. And my cruisers are also all up at more than 100k. I forgot about my DDs again. I don't think they're gonna be needed. I can just keep sailing. Oh, they're actually firing back with their 9-inch guns. Ironic that the America is the last remaining Russian ship. Yeah. That was kind of one-sided. 31 ships sunk. 24,000 victory points. I lost 280 men. I'm not sure how that happened. USS America took some damage. Took a couple of hits by the 15s on the enemy battlecruiser. She took 16 hits. All right. The cruisers also took some hits. Not really much. The USS Boston didn't take a single one. So she was just left free to farm 185,000 damage. 169,000 on the USS America. But again, that number would have been much higher if she'd spent the beginning of the battle killing DDs and cruisers instead of focusing down the enemy battlecruiser. So take the raw numbers with a pinch of salt. 3701, 3 torpedo hits out of 4 launched. That's not bad. That's 75% torpedo accuracy, doing 13,000 damage. 3707 also scored 1 torpedo hit, 9,000. 3705 scored 1 hit with her torpedo, but it was a dud. Yeah, that's a lot of 0 damage ships on the enemy side. Well, let's see what more the game has for us. Yep, that was a victory. Oh, another big battle. This time they're bringing out the big guns with the battleship. Well, big guns relative to the cruisers. Only 6 12.7 inch guns, 12.6 inch. Another Khabarovsk-class battlecruiser, and a Rostov-class. This one actually has some firepower. It's got 10 13.1 inch guns. It's not that fast though. Got a heavy cruiser, a light cruiser, a bunch of DDs. On our side, we got the Alaska and Guam. Now they're kind of my lighter battlecruisers, only armed with 8 14-inch guns each. Supported by a San Diego class heavy cruiser, a Fargo class light cruiser, 3 DD-45s, 3 torpedo boats, varying classes. I don't think we're gonna be able to sink all of these enemy ships. I think we're just gonna have to ignore the enemy battleship and sink the other ones. I know my 14s can take on the Khabarovsk-class battlecruiser. Not sure about the Rostov. It might actually have some armor. I'm not sure. I guess we're gonna find out. Alright, just gonna do our best, I guess. Let's see, get my my fleet organized. Fall River, you're just gonna follow the Guam. Tucson, you're just gonna follow Fall River. Torpedo boats. The 30 class do not have that much torpedo range. The 39 actually has oxygen torpedoes, so she can be kind of useful. These two are only here for submarine protection. But the DD-45s, they do have torpedoes, quite a few of them. Long range ones too. Let's select some targets. Let's see what's what here. 12.6, that's the battleship. 13.1, that's the... and these are the 2 battlecruisers. So I want my battlecruisers to fire at the battlecruisers. Fall River, to target that one. Tucson not in range of anything yet. Let's see, torpedoes. Like that, I guess. Aggressive launch is on. Have you launched yet? 4502, 4501 has launched. Let's see, 3907. You can launch a couple of torpedoes as well. I'm just gonna have to hope my DDs can get away. Battlecruisers, fire AP. You're doing formation things. You do not do formation things. Just go home. Do not get your friends killed by uh-oh, we got incoming torpedoes. Did not see we're getting that close to we also scored some torpedo hits. Scored 3 torpedo hits. It's not much, but it's something. Tucson. I'm just gonna hightail it out of here. You're not that useful. One of the DDs sank. Fall River. Kill this light cruiser. That's one dead light cruiser. And we're gonna turn a bit again. Speed up. There we go, Stavropol. Not a bad looking battlecruiser. This looks decent. This has armor. Yeah, many bulkheads. Mark IV 13.1s. Coincidence 4, Gen 2 radar. Cap ballistic 2. That's what I would have chosen. Let's see, propellant. Yeah, it's not gonna explode. Tube powder C38. Arkhangelsk is almost dead. The battleship, I don't think we have a good hope of sinking. So we're gonna sink the 2 battlecruisers. Ignore the battleship, then turn back and sink the lighter ships. That's the plan. Let's see. Archangelsk leaving formation. Stavropol actually following her. Yeah, this is good. This is going to make it easier to disengage from the enemy battleship, which I don't really feel like fighting. Not with 14-inch guns. My own battleship with 16-inch guns have hard times killing these battleships with all of their armor. 19-kilometer torpedo range. Not quite in range. Still want the Fall River to start slaying DDs. There we go. Archangelsk still afloat. DD's getting punished. Now go down to the cruising speed, get some accuracy. Not being pursued quite as hot by the enemy DDs. Is that the end of Archangelsk? Yes, it is. Both battlecruisers target Stavropol. Stavropol goes down. Two battlecruisers sunk. Let's just kill the DDs. That's DD 4501. Did it sink? Oh, the 4502. Still afloat. Still in good shape. Has torpedoes ready. So if I need her back to kill a battleship, she might be able to. Fall River has run out of HE ammo. Luckily my two battlecruisers have plenty of HE ammo left. Oh, that's the heavy cruiser. Fall River, if you have no HE, why are you targeting the battleship? Don't be silly. There we go. See, it's better to do serious damage to an enemy cruiser than no damage to an enemy battleship. my battlecruisers are now targeting 1 DD each, which is perfect. Asia is about to die. Asia died. Right. Just the battleship left. Unless they have something that ran off to somewhere. So my plan for killing this battleship is basically killing it with my DD. And any flooding I cause with my battlecruisers, because they can pen its fore and aft belts, and if they're lucky also it's, let's see, 24 kilometers, not the main belt. But fore and aft belt penetrations should be able to cause some flooding, slow it down. Making things easier for the 4502. No ammo left. No AT ammo left for the enemy battleship. Are you running reduced ammo? Standard. I know my torpedo range is very good on the DD-45 class, but I still want to get a little bit closer to make sure I actually hit. 13 kilometers. It's opening up with the tiny 5-inch guns. It's not firing back. Let's see, make sure my capital ships just don't disappear into the horizon. I need these torpedoes to count. Okay, we're taking fire now. This is kind of reminding me of that Shipyard Champion scenario with the Polish DD. Except this battleship is not exactly a Bismarck. And this time I can use my torpedoes. Just want to get a little bit closer. Make sure they hit. I think that should be good enough. I hope it will be. Probably not. Well, maybe. Dud torpedo. Well, one of the torpedoes did 44 damage. So there's that. Not really impressive. Let's try and get a little bit closer. With the battlecruisers, make sure those AP shells actually penetrate. Fall River, you have no ammo left, so you can just go home. If we open up the range to 40 kilometers, I can pen 11.6 inches of deck armor, which is going to be more than enough. But I'm not even sure if I can spot the enemy ship at that kind of range. We are running a little bit low on ammo. Let's see, yeah, anti-torp 5. That's why the torpedo, that wasn't a dud, did so very little. The 5-inch secondaries are opening up. Are we actually going to flood this? Possibly kill the crew. If all else fails. Yeah, the less structure she has, the easier it's going to be to flood it. Guam actually has a lot of ammo left. What's up with that? Why does she have ammo and not Alaska? That's strange. Yeah, the secondaries are doing something. Oh, Guam has ammo because her turrets are stuck. So she hasn't been firing. Detach the Guam. Do some turning, hoping that the turrets will free up, because that sometimes helps. Yep, there we go. Meanwhile, Alaska can just get closer with the secondaries. Keep pummeling. Guam actually getting slightly pummeled in return. I said I was going to ignore the battleship, but we're so close to actually sinking it now that I want to actually sink it. Because this one is actually worth quite a bit. And quite a bit more than my battlecruisers. It's going to be a good trade. There we go, down to 5% flotation. 4. We're close range brawling now. .7 kilometers. Yeah, I should be able to pen that main belt. No problem. Are you gonna fire your main guns? Guam. %. Come here, Alaska. Maybe Alaska just wants to follow Guam now. Kind of forgot about it, to be honest. 2% flooding. Yeah, we're gonna get you now. 0.7. These are quite tanky. There we go. Sinking. And that was the last one. So, lost 2 DDs. That's quite sad. They were quite expensive. But there's not that much more I could have done to keep them alive. Spawned quite close to the enemy, so... yeah. Almost 29,000 victory points. Not bad. Fall River took a bit of damage. The battlecruisers too, but not that serious. Well, that was the second round of damage farming. A little bit more time consuming than the first round. And I was about to say, yeah, that's gotta be it for this episode, but I think we can sink a DD. These are also 14-inch armed battlecruisers, but they've got 12 guns instead of 8. So it's a bit more powerful than the ones we just used. Sadly, they're just being wasted here, sitting in a cap circle in China, instead of actually participating in the big battles. Well, this is gonna spawn in firing range. Yes, it is. We have a bunch of light cruisers. 38 knots, 36 and a half. You can detach, go home. 39, 38, 38, 39. .39 cruisers, speed on. I don't think we actually need to pursue the enemy DD that far. I think it's gonna die very soon now. It's got a lot of 14-inch guns hitting it, and it's dead. Yep, that's one dead DD. And that was it for November of 1949, rather. Let's see, what do we have left here? 5 DDs, 8 torpedo boats, and 1 DD. Not bad, not bad. These are the ones I wanted to engage that large Russian task force. Well, turns out they were not needed. Instead, I can send them into the Baltic Ocean to go hunt. Alaska and Guam being quite damaged. They can go into port. Need some repairs. Let's see. What do the Russians have left? That's got to be close to 60 ships sent to the bottom. Yeah, they took a big bite out of their cruiser force, at least. Not bad. There are people starting to get concerned. My shipbuilding capacity will probably suffer a bit from having to repair so many of my ships. But I don't... yeah, 21%, 27% damage. It's not that bad. Really. How's the invasion in China going? All my ships are in the circle. 64% chance to succeed. 5 months left. I think by... yeah, I can send some more ships out to join that invasion. That's not a problem. You're ready to go. These are almost ready to go. Yeah, I think I can get that up to 100%. And the Japanese are taking Northeast Korea. That will leave the Chinese with only Russian Far East left. Which is not really a big region. It's big in area, but population only 7 million. Compared to 143 here. So it wasn't really... I don't think it's going to be that hard to take. If they don't just dissolve when I take Liaodong Peninsula. 43%, 26, 24. How are the Chinese doing now? And their GDP has gone down. Not a big shock after losing so much of their territory. They've got 5 ships. Britain is somehow rebuilding a navy. My GDP is almost up to 2 billion. Which is quite nice. It helps having taken so much land from China. This is not going to go anywhere, but if and when China dissolves, all this territory is going to be ungoverned, which means it's going to have an army force of 0. I can just send one guy with a Colt and take it. But that's it for this episode. Next time, hopefully we're going to get some battles too. My shipbuilding capacity is going to be kind of full for the next coming months. But when it eases up a bit, I want to design a new battlecruiser class, because I need some battlecruisers with some slightly bigger guns. I kind of want to go with the 17.5s that I'm putting on my latest battleships. A little bit more punch than a 16, but not like insane super uber battleship size. But that's it for now. Goodbye and take care.